Our sales technique was perfected in the early 1970s. First, we put an ad in a local newspaper in the classified. Spinet piano, also electronic organ, repossessed, in perfect condition, sacrifice. Cash or good credit risk wanted in this area to take over payments rather than transport back to Oregon. Contact Frauen Zimmer Piano Company, Mr. Rock, Credit Manager, Ontario, Oregon. For years, we've run this ad in newspapers in one town after another, all up and down the western states and as far inland as Colorado. The whole approach developed on a scientific, systematic basis. We use maps and sweep along so that no town goes untouched. We own 4 turbine-powered trucks out on the road constantly, one man to a truck. Anyhow, we place the ad, say in the San Rafael Independent Journal, and soon letters start arriving at our office in Ontario, Oregon, where my partner, Maury Rock, takes care of all that. He sorts the letters and compiles lists, and then, when he has enough contacts in a particular area, say around San Rafael, he night wires the truck. Suppose it's Fred down there in Marin County. When Fred gets the wire, he brings out his own map and lists the calls in proper sequence. And then he finds a payphone and telephones the first prospect. Meanwhile, Maury has airmailed an answer to each person who's written in response to the ad. Dear Mr. So-and-so, we were gratified to receive your response to our notice in the San Rafael Independent Journal. The man who is handling this matter has been away from the office for a few days now, so we've decided to forward to him your name and address with the request that he contact you and provide you with all the details. The letter drones on, but for several years now, it has done a good job for the company. However, of late, sales of the electronic organs have fallen off. For instance, in the Vallejo area, we sold 40 spinets not so long ago, and not one single organ. Now, this enormous balance in favor of the spinet over the electronic organ, in terms of sales, led to an exchange between I and my partner, Maury Rock. It was heated, too. I got to Ontario, Oregon late, having been down south around Santa Monica, discussing matters with certain do-gooders there, who had invited law enforcement officials in to scan our enterprise and method of operating. A gratuitous action which led to nothing, of course, since we're operating strictly legally. Ontario isn't my hometown, or anybody else's. I hail from Wichita Falls, Kansas, and when I was high school age, I moved to Denver and then to Boise, Idaho. In some respects, Ontario is a suburb of Boise. It's near the Idaho border. You go across a long metal bridge, and it's a flat land there where they farm. The forests of eastern Oregon don't begin that far inland. The biggest industry is the Ore-Ida potato patty factory, especially its electronics division. And then there's a whole lot of Japanese farmers who were shuffled back that way during World War II, and who grow onions or something. The air is dry, real estate is cheap, people do their big shopping in Boise. The latter is a big town which I don't like because you can't get decent Chinese food there. It's near the old Oregon Trail, and the railroad goes through it on its way to Cheyenne. Our office is located in a brick building in downtown Ontario across from a hardware store. We've got root iris growing around our building. The colors of the iris look good when you come driving up the desert routes from California and Nevada. So anyhow, I park my dusty Chevrolet Magic Fire turbine convertible and cross the sidewalk to our building and our sign, Massa Associates. Massa stands for Multiplex Acoustical System of America,